Thank you for all coming out. And the pictures of Benji, there are some movies, and if you haven't seen the Benji movies, you should see them. There's two of the movies that are really cool. One was a television special called Benji at Marineland. And for that, those pictures with her wearing this big aqua lung, Benji could swim underwater with the fish. And guess what else Benji did? Benji would get on water skis and put her paws up, and it was like a platform like water skis, and the dolphins would pull Benji around the tank, and Benji would stand there and hold on. Pretty neat, huh? And then Benji also could climb up this tower that was pretty tall and then hold a fish in her mouth, and then the dolphins would jump up and take the fish out of her mouth. So that's pretty amazing stuff, isn't it? You know, that dogs can do. I'll tell you some other Benji stories too later. So the two dogs that we have here today, we brought two. One is a service dog, okay? And if you ever see dogs that have capes on them, or maybe they're in a harness like a guide dog, that most people have heard of guide dogs that help blind people, okay? Well, there are other kinds of service dogs also. And the other kinds of service dogs do everything you can think of. Okay, they often help people who maybe use wheelchairs or they have trouble walking. They help them balance. And maybe if they drop something and they can't pick it up, the dog picks it up for them. And if they can't turn lights on and off, the dog turns lights on and off. So one of the dogs that we have coming in here is a service dog. And I actually, believe it or not, have back trouble. Today I'm pretty good. But if I have to bend over and pick up a pin I've dropped, sometimes I get about that far and I can't really pick it up, and guess what? He can pick it up, and he likes it. And one thing to remember with dogs, if you're ever training a dog, I was about your age when I trained my first dog, and I trained my first dog to do tricks. And one of the, we're bringing a little dog in too, her name is Gracie, and Gracie's only a little over a year old, so she's just learning. And some of the tricks she's learning are like movie tricks. So I'm going to tell you a couple of things with her that will make it so, yeah, so she likes coming. What you don't want to do when a new dog comes in who's just wondering why she's here is you don't want to all call her name, even though her name is Gracie. If everybody's going, Gracie, Gracie, then she's going, what? And that's really hard for her. The other thing you don't want to do is all start clapping at first, because I'm going to show you how we get dogs used to clapping. Okay, because at first it seems weird to a dog, doesn't it? They hear this strange sound everybody's making. So I'll show you how we get a movie dog used to clapping so it doesn't bother them, so they think it's good. So two things to remember. Don't call her name, okay, please, and don't clap until I show you how, okay? And there's a third thing. I'm going to let the dogs come with the parents, okay? I'm going to let the dogs come and say hello to you kids. Everybody okay with that? They love kids. Here's the other thing to remember. You might think if you grab a dog and hold them and hug them really tight that they really like it, but they don't because they're trying to get away. So if they come to you, you don't want to hug them. That's one thing, because some dogs aren't as nice as Gracie, and they don't like it, and they might even nip at you, okay? So if they come to you, just be happy and just tell them they're good, and she'll probably want to lick your chin, and you can laugh, that's fine. But just don't hug her, okay? So what do we remember? The three things. We're not going to call her name, right? I'll show you how to do the clapping, and when they come to see you, we don't want to hug them, okay? Everything else would be great. So we're going to bring them in. Now, movie dogs and service dogs have something in common. They have to learn to ignore the distractions, and they have to do their job. So whether it's a dog on a movie set, or it's a service dog out in a busy airport or wherever they go, they have to do their job. Now, they have a job, and people call it work, but what you'll see is their tails are doing this. What does that mean when a dog wags his tail? It's happy, exactly. So we teach dogs to be happy and to like to be trained. And so to them, we call it work, but to them it's just fun. Okay? They know they have a job, but it's fun. So I'm going to be going out for a second, and then we'll bring our two dogs in. My son will be with me too. His name is Timothy, And we are professional dog trainers. I started training movie dogs when I was 16. And we started 30 years ago training service dogs. So we've done it for a while. Yeah, my name is Glenn, by the way. I didn't introduce myself. Didn't give you time.
I'm going to introduce you.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'll do that while you're going.
Oh, that's fine. I'll bring the dogs in.
Hello, guys. Welcome to the library. This is our regular Tuesday at 2 o'clock program throughout the whole summer, through August. And it's all around the theme of tales and tales. So tales, the story that you read, and tales. Get it? Yeah. I'm Dana, one of the youth service librarians here. And it looks like you're all positioned so that even if somebody was nervous about being on the camera, you're not going to get on the camera because this is going to be focused up here. Except at the end, we're going to give you some free books. A really cool dog body language book that tells you what are dogs saying without talking. And then another one, amazing dogs. And if people actually signed up, people watching, if people signed up for the program but didn't make it, they still get the books. So don't leave without getting your books. And if you talk to people in the future about signing up and it looks like it's full, tell them to come anyway and just get on the waiting list. Because like today, a lot of people signed up and didn't show up. So you're pretty much always able to slip in. So Glenn introduced himself. It's Glenn Martin. He's Firewind Training Kennels. He's here in Missoula. So he also just does regular training. So if you got a new puppy and you want to do some training, I've worked with him before. He's good. He's a good trainer. But this is special. This isn't just any training. This is dogs for the movies or service. So here comes Glenn, but don't applaud, right? He's going to teach you how to clap.
Alrighty, so here are our two dogs. This is Primer, and Primer is trained as a service dog. Yeah, and he says, oh, a tug. He's looking at all the props. And this is little Gracie. So I'm going to let them say hello first. Okay, and this will just take a second. Okay, you can say hello. We'll just let them come to you. We'll just let them come to you. Now, both these dogs love children. Yeah. We'll come down to your end in just a minute. Come on, let's go say hi. Now, I've told him as a service dog, it's okay right now to say hello. When he's out in public, he doesn't go greet people, except occasionally. Come on, guys. Come on, sweetie. Come on, Grace. Okay. Yeah. So you look for friendly dogs. Friendly dogs are the best. You know, you don't want a dog that's afraid or aggressive. Okay. Come on, guys. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay, here. I'm going to let you take that. Okay, come on, you guys. We're going to go off camera for a second. Okay. Come on, Grace. Okay, you can come over with her. Okay, have a seat. Okay. So I'm going to start off with Primer. So dogs that are service dogs, Primer heel, have to know how to heel. That means they walk right next to you. And when you stop, they stop. That's called heeling, okay? Primer, heel, good boy. Okay, and if I turn and go somewhere, he comes with me. Now guess what? They do it on leash, good boy, or off leash. Good boy. So, good dog, stay. Primer, come. Good boy. See that wagging tail? He likes it, huh, Primer? Very good. You want to do some retrieving? You do? You like to retrieve, huh? All right, come here. Sit. I'll bet you'd like to retrieve this, huh? So the first thing we do on retrieving, we throw it for him. Go get it. Attaboy, bring it here. Sit and hold it. Very nice. The next thing we do is we teach them to pick it up off of something. Okay, get it. Good boy. Good. Thank you. And then the next thing we do, primer, sit. Good. Look at this. Do you want it? Look at this. Okay. And he gets it by tugging. Good boy. Bring it here, Primer. Oh, what's in there? Oh, he found a water bottle. But he'll bring me that. Okay, good boy. Sit. Good. There was something else in there, too. He was trying to figure out which thing I wanted. So that's how we kind of teach them. First by throwing it, then by setting it somewhere, then by teaching them to open cabinets and doors so they can get it. So that's pretty good, huh? Yeah, and if you drop something, like if I'm walking along, oh, drop my keys. Oh, good boy. Get it. Oh, bring it here. Attaboy. Oh, come here. Sit and hold. Good. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. So most dogs don't like to get keys, do they? They like balls, but he'll get anything. So any questions about Primer? That's some of the things service dogs do. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah. Yes, a question, yes.
So,
You're a good boy, come here.
do they know, like, when you're in trouble, like, if you're about to fall?
They do know. They can tell. They watch you. If you're using him to balance, he will be aware that you're starting to lose your balance and he'll brace. Okay? So that's a good question. We had another service dog. The woman had what's called a seizure, where she went unconscious, and she was really in bad shape, and it was at night. And her dog went and woke her daughter up and brought her to the mom. And they took her to the hospital and said, you would have died if your dog hadn't woken up your daughter. So they help you in so many different ways. You know, it's just really amazing what they can do. Yes?
How long does it take to train each dog, or is it very individualized?
It's individualized. Most dogs, you know, are in training for a while. They get all their puppy training and all the rest like any dog does. And then they get all this specialized training. So he has service dog attitude. He likes to work, but notice he's very comfortable just sitting here with me right now. He hopes I drop my keys again. Yes?
Do you do kind of like a clicker-based training? Or is it
We
like
do more social.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you notice I haven't given him any treats,
Right.
and I haven't used a clicker.
Okay.
Those are fine to use. I do use them for some things, but we use social. And the other thing to remember, he likes to retrieve because we make retrieving fun. See, so it's the activity itself that's the
That's the
reward.
reward.
Yeah, I don't have to give him a lot of treats to get him to do it because he loves it. Okay?
What are some examples of how you make it fun?
Lots of praise and fun and movement. If you're training a dog, I'll show you when we bring the little dog over. You'll see how much movement I use. And that movement, she loves to follow me and coordinate with me. And now for the movie dogs, we use a few more treats, yeah, than we do with him. He's had some treats for some things, but it's been mostly social reward. He just enjoys the activities that we're doing.
Do you typically do certain dog breeds for that reason? That there are dogs that are amenable to certain
No, what we try to do is bring out a dog's natural willingness. And once we do bring it out, you've got a wonderful relationship going on, and they just love to learn things, huh? Don't you? Okay, question?
Have you ever taught a dog to hunt birds?
Yeah, we've taught dogs to do everything. We used to train the Missoula County Sheriff's dogs. We've trained dogs who found kids. One little girl was lost out in the woods, and the grandfather had a dog we'd help teach to track people who were lost, and the dog got on her scent, went back in the redwoods. This was in California. Went back in the redwoods and found her in a tree picking flowers, and they rescued her right at dark. Yeah, and he sent me this email saying, I'm so excited that we taught our dog how to do that, you know. So dogs can do amazing things for people, and that dog really loved that little girl, and so once the dog got on the scent, it knew what to do. It knew how to find her. Yeah, I could tell you lots of stories like that, but pretty cool, huh? Yes?
So, do they, like, know your voice? Like, if somebody tells the dog to do something, will they only listen to you and not do it, or will they listen to others?
We could transfer training to somebody. we could get the dog to do it for other people. And I'll show you that with Gracie. Since you asked the question, if you want to, we'll let you do some things with Gracie, the little dog. And you'll see how it can transfer to you too, okay? Because that's a really good question, isn't it? And so if an adult trains the dog, you can have children do it too, if you show them how. And kids can train. Yes, question.
Why is the service dog wearing that coat?
Yeah, it's a coat, it's a vest, and it tells people when you go in public that he is a service dog. They don't have to wear it, but it's a good idea. So that's a very good question. And if you ever see a dog like this in public, now I let him come over and say hi to everybody, but notice now he's not, is he? And so if you ever see a dog in public, you always have to ask. And some people will say, no, we don't want you to, but thank you for asking. But that's what tells people they're a service dog.
Can I add, because service dogs, when they're wearing their vest, they're working with their person, so they're not there to socialize with
Right.
everybody. So you don't want to just go up and pet them because they're
Right.
working.
But he's good enough that when I told him, go say hello, he said, oh, good, I can go say hello. But when he's out working, he just stays with me. Yeah. Okay, another question, then I'm going to get little Gracie.
So I read this article and it said service dogs have special passes so they can go in certain places.
They can go pretty much anywhere, but not some places. Certain parts of the hospital or zoo, or it might upset the zoo animals, might not be good for young babies. There are certain places you can't take them, but most places you can. Yeah, if you have a disability. And because I can't really reach over and pick things up a lot, I have a disability that doesn't limit me. So, okay, primer. Let's go over here, huh? All right, good boy. All right, let's get little Gracie. So I'm gonna hand you those. I got her, I've got her. Okay. And if you wanted to give him water, you could, but let's wait till maybe after we're done. And I mentioned that we use a little more food with these guys because movie dogs have to do lots of really complicated stuff. So, okay. All right, Gracie dog. All right. Look what I got, Grace. Oh, good girl. Now, one of the things that dogs have to do is they have to know, hey, Gracie dog, that they should hold a finished position. Now, what does that mean? Sometimes Lassie would pose on a rock. Okay, Gracie. Okay, put your feet up. Good girl. Okay, come here. Good girl, over here. Gracie, up here. Put your feet up. There's Lassie on a rock. Okay, see all the movement? Good, Grace. Good, Gracie. Jump on. Good. So you see how she keeps looking? Now, I haven't given her a treat yet, have I? So she'll do all kinds of stuff for a single treat. Okay, come here, Grace. Here. Oh, good girl. That's good. Jump on, Gracie. Good girl. And she'll hold that. She'll just stay there until I tell her something else. Okay, Grace, right here. Hey, over here, girl. You want to put your feet up? No? She's a little unsure of the vent. You can tell if your dog, here, Grace, if your dog's unsure because she looked at it and her tail went down a little bit. So she says, that's a little weird. So I just ignore it and do the happy stuff. Come here, Grace. Jump on. Good girl. Okay, jump on. Now I can get her to look anywhere I want. If I want her to look toward the camera, look what a great pose that is. You're Lassie. Boy, you look just like Lassie. Up on that rock, looking so good. Okay, you're a good girl. Gracie. Hey, Grace, sit. Okay, what if you had to be a kangaroo? Huh? A kangaroo. They hop. Yeah, good. Okay, come here. Good girls. Kangaroo. That's good. Kangaroo. Good. Okay. She could be a kangaroo, huh?
He was jumping on her back.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, she was. I'm going to grab a couple more treats here. And why don't you come out, and I'm going to show you have treats, and I'll show you how to get her to do stuff for you. So, do like this and tell her to sit up. Tell her, Gracie,
Gracie.
sit up. Now give her a treat. Now, she'll stay sitting up and give her another treat. Okay, now let's come over here. Come on, Grace. Okay, now, Gracie. Okay, tell her what you want. Do like that. Okay, now okay. Now do like this. Now have her sit. Tell her to sit.
Gracie,
But
sit.
hold the treat up high. Okay, so go like this to get her down. Okay, now give her a treat. Good. Now, Gracie, now just stand real still. Gracie, put your feet up. Good, put your feet up. Gracie, put your feet up. Right here. She goes, where? This person. Okay, you ready? Okay, put your feet up. Come on, Grace. Good girl. Put your feet up. Okay, that's good. Okay. Now, let's do this. Let's call her back and forth. Okay, so what we're going to do is have you stand over here, and I'm going to call her to come and tell her sit and give her a treat, and then you can do the same. Gracie, come, sit. Good girl. Now you call her.
Gracie, come.
Now have her sit.
Sit. Gracie, sit.
Okay. Okay, back away a little when you say sit. Now say sit.
Sit.
Okay. So it'll take a little practice to get her to sit for you because she wants to jump on you. So what you can do is I'll stand with you. Sit. We can't tell if you're sitting or there you go. Now give her a treat. So see, I help them so the dog learns to do it for the other person. Okay, so that's how we do it. We do it as a team, and pretty soon the dog would learn to do it for you. Okay, thank you. Oh, she wants one more treat for sitting up. Good girl, Grace. Good, thank you. What was your name?
Nora.
Thank you, Nora. All right, so this just gives you an idea of some of the things that trick dogs learn to do. She also, come here, Grace. Okay, over here. She also knows, turn to your left and turn to your right. Okay, she knows that kind of stuff too, because they got to be able to turn toward a camera or toward a certain angle. But notice how I'm using a lot of body language. See a lot of body language? See how she gets into it? Good girl. Good girl, Grace. Come here. Good, okay. Good girl. Gracie. Come here. Good, come on. Okay, jump on. Good. Okay. Grace?
So Glenn, when you're on the set, are you just roaming all around behind the camera?
Yeah, what you do over time is you work them, they go to what's called a mark, and they work at a distance from you. So over time, you increase your distance so that I could be out here and get her to do the different things, and pretty soon I could be across the room. The reason I was doing things here with no voice, many times you can't talk. So you've got to have them doing things just for signals. So you see how she's holding, and one of the first things we do is get them used to staying at a distance. Then we get them used to going out to a distance and stopping, and we gradually work further and further away. But we can get the dog to pretty much look or move any way we want to. Does that answer your question? Any other questions at all? So this little dog likes it, huh? Yes, you do. Okay. That was a very nice stay you did there. Let's do our kangaroo trick. Good. Hop. 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 Good. That was a good hop. That was a good hop. Okay. So that gives you an idea of a little trick dog and a service dog, but they do similar things. When I first started doing service dogs, I realized they do a lot of the same stuff these guys do, you know, only they do it for a different reason. That's a little harder to balance there, isn't it? Yeah, that's pretty good though. That's pretty good. I haven't done this with her, so that's why I'm giving her extra treats.
You're tempting us to applaud. So
Okay. Now, oh, applause. Let me show you. Gracie. Yes, we would like to applaud. And you guys remember. Here's how we get them used to applause. Good girl, Grace. Good. We let her know the applause comes from me. Good girl. We ever do something? Good. And we clap. So you see, she's not afraid with me doing that, is she? Okay. So then we make it a little louder. Good girl. Good. Then we have the audience participate. And you guys can all clap now really quiet. Okay? Just kind of clap quiet. Good girl. Now this next time, come here, Grace. Gracie? Here, let's come up here. Gracie, jump on. So we're going to have everybody clap a little bit louder. Come on, jump on. Gracie. Okay, a little bit louder. Good girl. See, and she goes, wow, I like clapping because why? It means I get extra treats. Okay, one more time, a little bit louder. Good girl, Grace. So pretty soon when people clap, she thinks it's a good thing, huh? Good. Good girl, Gracie. Okay, and that's how they get used to it. Now you're free, Gracie, to say hello. Yeah, this little dog, now this little dog is very sweet. She's not a nipper, she just loves people. She's a little bit what we call submissive. You know, that's why she kind of gets down and wags her tail. She was actually a rescue dog. The people couldn't keep her, and so we took her. Benji, that you saw in the pictures, came from an animal shelter. Okay? And so, anyway, that's the history of a lot of the movie dogs. I didn't get a chance to introduce my son Tim. He and I are working together. He started training when he was very little. And one day I saw him training a cat. And he had the cat trained to heel. And he would stop, come here, sit. And the cat would look at him, Gracie, and then stop when he stopped. And it would sit and stay and come. His cat would do all those things.
You trained a cat.
Well done.
And how?
Trained a whole bunch.
So he grew up around training, and how old were you, about 5 when that happened? Yeah, and I said, how'd you train the cat to do that? I didn't know he was doing it. And he said, well, just like you train the dogs. And so his cat would retrieve. You had one cat that would jump from shoulder to shoulder. So Tim and I are working on a book.
They really like pets and social stuff, really like treats, so they don't give you the time of day.
Trained a kitten?
Yeah, I started kittens with them. I rescued a feral cat that was abandoned at the end of the property, and then I trained all her kittens because we couldn't spay her in time.
Yeah, so Frank Inn, too, was an animal kid. And I've got pictures of him training a chimpanzee, training camels. You know, he trained every kind of thing you can think of. And I'll tell you another quick story. There's a picture I've got of him with animals in a wagon. And so there's a dog, a cat, a fox, and a chicken. And they're all in a wagon, just happy as could be, staying together. And he's teaching a chimpanzee to pull the wagon. So when you know how to train animals, you can train lots of animals to do lots of things. And Frank, I was lucky, you know, I was an animal kid too, but to learn from somebody, you know, like that, he was probably the best animal trainer ever. Yeah, yes.
So, I think sometimes I'm watching this show and it has a dog in it,
Uh-huh.
and the dog has to wear like a costume, like kind of clothes.
Sometimes.
So do they have to train them to do the stuff in the clothes?
They'd have to get used to that.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I know my dog
Good
doesn't
girl.
like wearing costumes.
No, some dogs don't like it unless you introduce them to it right. But yeah, sometimes they do it. And sometimes in the movies, there are fake dogs. There was one that came out, Call of the Wild. There's a dog in it. It's not a real dog. It was computer generated. CGI, they call it. And I kind of like the original movie with a real dog. But the main thing is you have to be nice to them. You know, some people think movie dogs aren't treated nicely. People like Frank, you know, he treated them great. They were his friends, you know, and they did things, you know, for him, just like she does. You know, she doesn't, you know, she thinks this is fun. So if we were doing movie stuff, why have a fake dog? That's my feeling.
You know how we introduced this dog to clapping a little at a time, the steps and stuff, treats, and if you change the association the same way we did with the clapping, you can make it so the dog likes costumes.
Yeah, you could. That's a good point. You could teach through treats. First you put a little part of the costume on and give them some extra treats. And then they go, oh, I like that, put it on again. And so that's true. You would do that kind of thing. You would get them used to it. So it's how we get them used to loud sounds. She can be out at the airport, and we've gotten her used to it by associating it with treats. So it's really good for that. You would sit up there all day long like that, wouldn't you? Just hoping. You are such a good balancer.
Are most dogs pretty food motivated in terms of?
Some are, some aren't, but there's one way to make a dog more food motivated, is you can take a treat and tease her with it a little and throw it. And then they go, ooh, I want to chase that and get it. Okay, do you want that? Huh? There you go. Atta girl, good girl. Yeah, we got to get you used to Vince. Gracie, we got to get you used to Vince. We will. So we do that. Gracie, come. And then she can come back. And she'll come back because she knows you're going to throw another one. This is a little thing you kids can teach dogs pretty easily. You ready? Go get it. Good girl.
Is it possible you'll train her for a movie?
You know, I hope so, because they're building studios here now in the Missoula area. One out by the airport and one in East Missoula. One of them has to do with that Yellowstone TV show. So I'm going to keep my ears open and train her more. And if they have a part for a little dachshund, probably not in Yellowstone. Well, maybe. You never know. Yeah, she's got the cute factor going for her. Yeah, and her personality goes along with it. So any other questions? You would just sit there all day long. Yes, but you'd eat all my treats if you do that. Okay, well, we appreciate all of you coming. And I don't know, we're about at the end of our time. I would take another question if you have it. And this time we will clap for real at the end. And I will give her a treat. So would you like to clap for Gracie and Primer? Yeah. Good girl. Look at that tail going. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Glenn.
Okay. We're happy that we were able to come.
Great, thank you.
You bet.
And don't forget your books, and if you wouldn't mind having your hands in the photographs, we can photograph some of your hands actually.
Hi.